Hey, Shalom, family. Shalom, saints. Shalom, peace. However you want to, you're going to get it here. Quick check in, real quick. It's your brother, Amath. I acquire first name. My Q was all the same. Represent messengers of the covenant. Uh, just something I want to drop on, brothers and sisters, real quick. Uh, Coughing and sneezing is quite possibly illegal in Australia. You heard right. And you always know as things happen in one area, it happens in other areas. We're also going to talk about or actually see how, white man again speaking with four tongue, going back on his promises up in Ontario and Canada. They were going to call off the dogs and stop with the mandates and the masks. And that's not happening no more. They said we're taking that off and everything, mandates, everything is happening now indefinitely. Don't believe me? Check it out. Check this out.
A QR code is going to be required for vaccine passports. Vaccine passports, the government had planned to drop them by mid-January. That is gone. They are going to keep them indefinitely.
How long?
Indefinitely. And then there are concerns about the Omicron variant. Indoor gatherings at the holiday period,
and the holidays maybe, I think, because a lot of people preparing for that. But yes, let's start with the vaccine passport issue. So as we expected, the government announcing they will not hit that target of lifting the requirements in mid-January. So for the foreseeable future, Ontarians will still have to show that proof of vaccination to gain entry to a bar, restaurant, sports facility, bingo hall, casino hall. They had said all along that that was a target, and they wouldn't lift those restrictions if there were concerns around public health indicators. And there are case counts on the rise here in Ontario. So government not feeling comfortable lifting those requirements in mid-January. And they didn't set another new target, Andrew. So those are in place for the time being. And they are going to strengthen how people show their proof of vaccination in this province. And people now, starting January 4th, will be required to show the QR code that people will have to download from the provincial government website. I know there was confusion when this first launched. It's not an app that individuals use. The app that is used is for the businesses to scan the QR code that people have to show. And people can download the QR code to their phone and then show it on their phone.
Oh, everything through the phones, huh? QR codes, remember that? Didn't we see that with the petrol stations in the UK? You seen that? So the Vax passes are here to stay indefinitely in Ontario. Canada is locking down like crazy, just like the rest of the countries in the European Union and whatnot. You know, everything is deadline January 4th. Didn't Slow Biden put out his mandates for all businesses to require pokes? If you got 100 employees or more by January 4th, why is everyone in the world revolving around a January 4th deadline? I thought all these independent nations were operating separately and regulating how they wanted to keep this thing under control. Apparently not. They're clearly on one accord.
And the business scans it, or you can print out a paper copy of the QR code. And Christine Elliott did acknowledge there, not everyone's comfortable with technology. Not everyone has a smartphone. And so important for people in Ontario to know, maybe get someone to help you if you need it. Print out a copy of the QR code and you can show the paper copy, and businesses have to accept that. What's also here though, Andrew, is the businesses using the app to scan the QR code to ensure that it's an authentic QR code. All of this, and part of the reason they're making this change, is because people have been using fake vaccine passports.
Oh, isn't that nice? They have to take your QR code, huh?
18,000 6 months.
Listen to this.
Welcoming tougher penalties for unvaccinated customers who target hospitality staff.
Anyone that is spitting, coughing, or sneezing.
Oh, whoa. What you say, honey?
Anyone that is spitting, coughing, or sneezing, or threatens to do so, they can be issued with an infringement notice.
Finally, there is consequences. and we got a little bit more protection for our staff.
From December 17, when the vaccine mandate takes
Did you hear anybody sneezing, spitting, or coughing or threatening to do so? You'll be fined. And they're even talking about jail time. Hold on.
welcoming tougher penalties for unvaccinated customers who target hospitality staff.
Anyone
If you don't have your poke and you get to questioning how come you can't enter or whatnot, they consider that you're being a threat to the hospitality staff. And now if you're unpoked and you cough, sneeze, oh, there's a problem in Queensland, Australia.
Tougher penalties for unvaccinated customers who target hospitality staff.
anyone that is spitting, coughing or sneezing or threatens to do so, they can be issued with an infringement notice.
Finally, there is consequences, and we got a little bit more protection for our staff.
From December 17, when the vaccine mandate takes effect, fines will range from $1,300 to more than $13,000 or 6 months behind bars.
Police will be patrolling and conducting compliance checks.
Welcoming tougher penalties for unvaccinated customers who target
Police are going to be patrolling and they're checking and they're seeing who's coughing, who's sneezing, who's poked, who's not, who's trying to get into these businesses, who's talking and trying to, corroborate or making light threats to the staff working at these pubs and restaurants and so forth and so on. I mean, the world is out of control. You seen it? You know where we headed. The dark road is always right in front of us, y'all, but we got the light of Yahweh Shai and we got the light of the law. Prayerfully, everybody is making sure that they're continually fearing the Most High, keeping the commandments, and don't ever shoot the messenger. Quick check-in. I pray everybody's well. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh Shai. I'll see y'all later. Shalom.